Good morning. I'm Lisa, and I just want to welcome everyone here in the chapel and online too. So we'll get started with our vision and mission statement, and we'll be saying that all together. We are a heart-centered community seeking spiritual awakening and transformation by deepening our connection with God, self, and others. So if you can stand for this next song, if you feel comfortable standing, and we'll sing, Relax and Let Go.
Good morning. It is time for our Namaste moment. So I'm going to invite you to stand. Is that right? Okay. Just making sure. And so today there's an exercise about building community, about seeing the God in everyone. Because I like God is God, right? This is simple. But sometimes it's not easy to see it in everyone. So first, think of someone that you just love and brings you joy, that you just see the God in them. Think about that person. Then think about someone that you're like, yeah, I like them. I can see the God in them. Now then think about the person that you're like, I guess God is in them. Right? Because that's the very person we need to see the divinity in. Years ago, I did a meditation, a couple years ago, and I said that as people of unity, we see the God in everyone. I said, so I'm going to say on this call that I see the God in Donald Trump and that I love him because God is in him as much as God is in Gail, who I love and adore and worship, and she's my boss, so I just do whatever she tells me, right? That's the true namaste. Right? That in someone that you would, if you knew you weren't going to go to jail, might hit him in the head with a 2x4, right? Or push him down the stairs or trip him. So in this namaste moment, let's hold for a quick minute those people who it's hard to see the love in them. It can be your relative, someone you work with. Let's see the God in them. Recognize it and honor it, because as we do that, we unleash it and give them a safe space to be that place. And then as we bring our hands together, our left and right, divine feminine, divine masculine, light and dark, to our heart center, we now walk around this sacred place, greeting the God, holiness, and divinity, and each other, and you're free to move about the cabin. Namaste. Namaste, sweetie. All right, all this love and seeing the good in each other and the God in each other. Let's just take a moment to settle back down as we come into our morning prayer. I think today, let our prayer be a prayer of gratitude. I think about all the many blessings that I have in my life. One of the things I'm grateful for about Gail is that I can be extremely silly with her, but sometimes she doesn't know if I'm serious or not. So today I was dressed in what I have on, and then I had my house shoes on because my shoes were downstairs. But I said to her, "I'm ready to leave." She looks, she goes, "Nuh-uh." Said, "Don't worry, if I show up in house shoes, Joni will be calling you and asking you to please not let me leave the house without your approval." But just think about that. I got out of my warm bed. I took a hot shower. I drove in the car. I walk into this gorgeous building. These beautiful flowers, all these beautiful people. I'll say I have so much to be grateful for. And so let's begin our time with prayer with just a few seconds of gratitude. Let's breathe in and out. Oh, great Spirit that runs this place in, as, and through us. We are so grateful, extremely grateful. And in this spirit of gratitude, we wrap this center, this city, our state, this country, and our elections in the gratitude of light and love. For all those who are not able to join us today because they're not feeling well at home, or they're in the hospital, or they're traveling, we speak a blessing of healing and traveling mercies. We know that this service is in divine order and in alignment with the highest good for each one of us. Bless all who have put this service together, the service leader, our music director, our music team, our tech, Andy and Seb, and for each person who came through this door with the knowing and knowledge that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice, and we are glad in it, and so it is.
Today's inspirational reading comes from the Daily Word. I bravely release outworn behaviors and embrace my bright, brilliant future. Holding on to what no longer serves me because it is familiar and I've grown accustomed to it may stall my growth. I evolve much more quickly when I trust my guidance and release old patterns and behaviors. In my heart, I know that when I move away from a dysfunctional relationship, a negative attitude, or an unhealthy way of living, I move toward something greater: peace, safety, harmony, freedom, and fulfillment. I let go of the anxiety or fear and open myself to happiness and security. I breathe in freedom. My heart becomes buoyant and my steps lighter. I set my intention today to release anything I have been fearful of, letting go so that I can confidently move forward, open to infinite good. So now we'll have a special song by Phyllis called Empty Hands.
When my hands were emptied, when my hope was gone, I couldn't help but wonder, what had I done wrong? Though my heart was broken, there was no need to despair, 'cause a vessel must be open to put something better there. Into my empty hands, gently you poured new life for me. Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. Now I understand you needed my empty hands. So forgive me when I doubt it. I admit sometimes I do, or consider giving up, 'cause I cannot find the truth. I know I'll never go without it if I only look at your deep, abiding love. Into my empty hands, gently you poured new life for me. Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be, and I cannot help but cry to think of the gifts you've given me. Now I understand you needed my empty hands. Thank you for my empty hands.
Thank you, Phyllis. What a beautiful song, Empty Hands. So do you know I almost canceled my candidating weekend? There was a flurry of emails going back and forth, how was I going to do my PowerPoint presentation, where was I staying, all these things. I was coming June 14th, and on June 10th, I received an email 4 days before I'm scheduled to arrive. It says, just so you're not caught unaware, be advised that we have received packets from UMW headquarters for 2 additional minister candidates this week. That will be announced in this week's newsletter, and I didn't want you to be surprised by this information, as you may hear talk about it over the weekend. And even if you don't get a chance to read the newsletter, we are very excited about you, and we feel that it is our duty to examine every possibility too. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Well, as the mature person that I am, I said, y'all already know. Just next slide. Next slide, Seb. I was like, shut the front door. What in the heck? Right? So now I can look back on this and realize it was a healing time. So for me to come in at an even better energy, we had to go through this process. So I sent Gail the email, and I called her. I was distraught. And I said, That's why I've stayed away from the church. Church folks, indecisive, wishy-washy. I should have just stayed on my path to be an independent business owner. All possibilities, what in the heck? Do you mean like the Fillmores could be raised from the dead by a mighty necromancer, and then they would want one of the Unity churches, and, well, we couldn't have them because we hired a minister, so don't do that. Let's leave, be open to all possibilities. Or maybe Reverend Michael Beckwith will want to leave his own ministry, leave the CSL church, and want to become a Unity minister. And if we hired someone, we might miss out on that chance of getting him. But this was my healing time, so now this is the time for my traumas and triggers, right? So just like the reading from today talked about fears and anxieties. So as a powerful black woman in a white man's world, it can be a challenge. So then I thought, maybe they really didn't want a black minister. And I was like a token, because they were going to hire one of those magnificent white women that had gone before me, but circumstances took them out of the running, so now they're stuck with me. And even though they allegedly are good with LGBTQ plus people because of Karen, Reverend Karen and Wendy, I'm like, I'm not going. So Gail listened patiently, reminded me of all the events that were planned that weekend. She's like, they want you to come. Look at what they've done. Got a place for you to stay. And I was like, right? Because my ego, my fears, my anxiety, I need healing from the times I'd been a pastor before and had been in ministry. Again, living in Memphis, it's like almost like a chocolate city. There's black folks everywhere, and I was going to walk away from that. And so all those fears are coming up. So I meditated, and I prayed, and I used my divination tools, and so I came to the place where I had to choose to let go of my expectations, my hopes, and my desires regarding this position. Either coming to Bloomington was the next step in my journey or it wasn't. I let go of all expectations. I threw my hands up. I was going to move forward in faith, coming out with my hands up in surrender. And that's my sermon title today. Come out with your hands up. My focus text today comes from Ecclesiastes 3. So Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 8 was the foundation for my first message on this. And here we are today. There's a time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. And that giving up, throwing away, releasing can be an extremely un-American idea. I don't know how many of you know this crazy movie, Galaxy Quest. You ever see that with Tim Allen? Oh, it's hilarious. It's never surrender, never give up. That was like their whole theme. And that's like the American way. Don't be a chump. Don't give up. But letting go and surrendering is not a weakness. It is a powerful strategy for spiritual growth and evolution. It is the path to your and mine greater yet to be. Spiritual growth and evolution require disconnecting from the mass consciousness, from the way of the world, which is represented by the ego mind, and stepping into the spiritual realm, connecting with the divine mind, with the Christ consciousness. So to the ego mind, surrender means giving up. To the spiritual mind, surrender means giving in and receiving. That we have to oftentimes on this journey check where our mind is. Because most of us have been Americans all our lives, right? So that's in our concept, it's in our consciousness. But as we step into the spiritual realm, we have to remember that we're operating under different laws of spirituality, different laws of our life. And that's our path forward, the laws of faith. So we are in this world, but not of it. We have a higher calling, a higher way of being, the mind of Christ. And so from the New Testament, this is from the text of Paul, the church of Philippians, but he actually inserted a song that everyone would have recognized when they read this text. Though he was God, and we are all God, we are all divine, he did not think of his equality with God as something to cling to. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges and took the humble position of a slave and was born a human being. So this is talking about the journey of your Christ consciousness, that once you really know the truth of who you are, can you then take all that power and divinity and bring it into your human circumstances? That you know you're an infinite and unlimited, but can you live that in limited circumstances? So my initial sermon in this series was, what time is it? Again, focusing on that there's a time and a season for everything. And it's time to live, time to walk the talk. It's the time for faith. That is the difference between us and everyone else, right? We walk by faith and not by sight. A spiritual path is the path of faith. There is no GPS for how to get to your next spiritual destination. I wish. But it's that path of faith. It is our spiritual practices, our prayer, our meditation, our time in seeking in the presence, our community, and our life. Understanding that I may be in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm of a higher world. I'm of a higher way of being. And that we move and groove from that space, living according to our true divine essence. The time has come to come out with your hands up. As the affirmation of our daily word said today, I bravely release outworn behaviors and embrace my bright, brilliant future. And it's not easy. You know, I talked about my gorgeous plus-size self, but having worked in the ICU, I know that being extremely overweight is going to have its effect each year forward. So I reached out to Palin. I said, hey, can you help me? And so I got my program and my shakes and my fruit and cooking and using my little sheet pans, right? Because all the intention and consciousness of wanting to lose weight is not going to happen if I don't do something different. And so the same thing about our spirituality. That, well, you know, I came to the center on Sunday. Okay, me too. But what are you doing Monday through Saturday so that when people are sad and need hope and healing in their life, they know that you are a source for that, or you can point them to the right source? You know, if you in the office complaining like everyone else, why do I want to come to your center? You don't seem any different. So this is that capacity to bravely release outworn behaviors. And it's hard. The first outworn behavior I had to release is my family triangulates in their communication. So my mom would say, I have a secret. Aunt Patty told me this, but don't tell anyone else. Right? Then I'm Lily. Granny told me this, but Aunt Patty told her, but don't tell anyone else. Or me and Leanne are having a problem. I'm not going to go to Leanne. I'm going to call Lisa and say, your sister's not listening to me, and I wish you would just do what I asked her to do, so can you say something to her? Right? I had to release triangulating and have honest one-on-one conversations, because triangulating and doing that sort of behind-the-scenes stuff gets you in the end. So here, what is those outworn behaviors that we can release so that we can have a bright and brilliant future? Surrender is a power move. This is courage, intention, and power to live in the now. Surrender is surrender to this moment, not to the story through which you interpret the moment, and then try to resign yourself to it. Say, well, No, in this moment, all is well. In this moment, life is good. In this moment, I am awesome. In this moment, I am abundant. In this moment, I am prosperous. And then from there, I can step forward. I can step into the circumstances. Right? It's not about faking it, right? Remember back in the days, we just fake it till you make it. But then people got to faking it and never trying to make it. It's about being a person of faith. So when Gail and I got the news that this liquid on her lungs was her myeloma coming back, she sat down across from me and I said to her, all is well. And she repeated back, all is well. And then we took the step forward. What your doctor want to do? What do I need to do? Okay, right? It's not like all is well. And so, no, all is well. I have faith. Right? I said, we done beat this bee already once. So get ready for another beatdown, right? You're not, I need Gail to do the housework and stuff. She can't be sick, so, There's some truth in that. But again, it's about taking that step of faith. When I visit people in the hospital, I'm not going to be like, but I'm going to say, I love you, I'm going to hug you, and I'm going to speak the truth, that I know that divine health is in this place. And it may come from the doctor, and it may come from the CNA, and it may come from the respiratory therapist, and I know that healing is making its way in your life. And that's my prayer. I'm going to speak that prayer of faith, not denying what's going on, but it's a prayer of faith. It's a walk of faith. It's an action of faith. That is the power of surrendering. Surrendering, letting go, is the path of spiritual living. It is an act of faith. Surrender to what is. Let go of what was. And have faith in what will be. Now, I can't change what happened. I cannot. I just can't. But in this moment, see, people are looking for control, but you're looking for it in the wrong spot. I wish I could, there's no control right there, and there's no control right here. But in this moment, 100% control, like Virgos and Earth signs want control. I can control my response, I can control my interaction, I can control my communication, because from this space, all is well. And I move forward in faith. And I invite you to examine that same understanding. Have faith in what will be and live from right now. There's a song by Kirk Franklin with this line: I can do the impossible. I can see the invisible because I have faith. Right? This isn't about magical thinking. Like, yes, I see my Rolls Royce outside and I see it filled with $1 million. Okay, if you've ever been inside a Rolls Royce, I don't like those cars. I'm just saying. Right? It's not about that, but it is about having a place of faith. And so from my faith, I know that in every day, my prosperity is coming to me. My joy is coming to me. My abundance is coming to me. My health is coming to me. My healing is coming to me because I have faith. And when you have faith, you begin to see those things on the horizon. And then they get closer to you. and then they are upon you. Coming out with their hands up. Just think how many Westerns you saw in the olden days, as Lily used to say, in the olden days, right? Come out with your hands up. What did that mean? I'm safe, right? I don't have a gun or a knife or whatever kind of fight they were having in the Western, but hands up means I'm safe. You're good with me. And sometimes in circumstances, this is the best stance. I'm going to let go of what I thought, but I'm still safe. And I'm going to move forward, hands up. This is the step of faith, hands up, because when the blessing comes to me, my hands are open to receive. Can't receive the good you keep praying for if you're holding on to how things used to be. It's hands up, open, and ready that make room for the blessings. I close with a couple comments about coming out with your hands up. Surrender puts us in alignment with the flow of divine energy. Eckhart Tolle. Surrender is the simple but profound wisdom of yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. Right? Who's going to fight the ocean? Here's another quote. Surrender to what is says yes to life. And when you say yes to life, you'll see how suddenly life starts working for you rather than against you. What does being a person of faith, a person of surrender looks like? Well, it was saying yes to life by coming to my candidating weekend, even though at that point I was 100% unsure if this was the correct next step on my path. Our reading for today gives us other examples of next steps. Releasing old patterns and behaviors, moving away from dysfunctional relationships, and even if those relationships are with your relatives, it could be your parents, it could be your siblings, but you can still move away. Moving away from negative attitudes and as well as unhealthy ways of living. It is a conscious choice to be powerful by letting go of the illusion and delusion of control. Peace requires us to surrender to our illusions of control. I end with these words from our daily word reading. I set my intention today to release anything I have been fearful of letting go so that I can confidently move forward, open to infinite good. And so it is.
I surrender to the peace. I surrender to the stillness. I surrender to the peace and rest in God. I surrender to the peace. I surrender to the stillness. I surrender to the peace and rest in God.
In this sacred time of meditation, I invite you to let go of what you're holding on to in your hands, let go of the bulletin, and to be present in this moment. Step into your God spot, where all is well, where all wisdom is gathered to guide you, lead you, protect you, where you are God. Surrender to that power, that love, that healing, that joy, prosperity. Surrender to it all. Surrender to the yes of living your best life, and then get out of the way and watch your divine self move, groove, and create. Let's take a breath in and out. From this place of awareness, let us step into the silence.
We now prepare to show our gratitude for what we continue to receive. There are several ways you can contribute to Unity of Bloomington. Checks and cash are always welcome, or you can use the Text to Give button on the screen or the Donate button on the website. As the offering bags are passed, you may want to bless the bags and their contents. If you are new to us, please fill out one of the blue visitor forms in the pocket of the chair in front of you with your first impressions. Prayer request forms are also available in the pocket. Both of these forms may be dropped into the offering bag as it is passed. And together we want to say, I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best. I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
On the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied.
Let's all say together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. So we have a few announcements. Minnassa's going to come up and talk about the Newcomers Connect today.
So if you first attended or visited this sacred space in in May, will you please stand up? How about if you came in June? All right, if you're first time or you return, keep standing, keep standing. If you came in June, so if you came in May or June, keep standing. What if you came in July? How about August? How about September? How about October? All right, so today's yay! Today's Newcomers Connect meeting is for you. I know you think, well, I came in May and this is my space. Great, but we want you to come. I didn't RSVP. That's fine. You can still come. It's after service. What time are we going to start, Leanne?
Right, 15 minutes. Well, as soon as we get down there, let's just say we're getting down a little early.
That's true. So we're going down to the Katie room. So we're going down to the Katie room, just down the stairs. Let's say 11:45.
Yeah. Okay, 11:45 it is.
That give people time to hug and eat and stuff.
So, yes.
All right. So back to you.
So we're going to talk about some pictures. Hopefully you have noticed that our social media presence is ramping up. In fact, my brother, who lives in Bloomfield, said to me yesterday, I was out at his house in Bloomfield, and he said, I saw in my feed your Unity ad. I said, I didn't know I had a Unity ad. I said, I'll have to talk to Sierra about that, but yeah, so it's flowing. Something's going on there. I think God is blessing this ministry. Thanks to our new social media team headed by Sierra Reed. Sierra, is she not here today? Okay, she's not here today, but you know, everybody knows Sierra. Beautiful little, she was a service leader a couple of weeks ago. We need pictures of our people for our social media. And so today, after the service, Monica Salmon, who is a professional photographer, will be taking professional grade pictures of anyone who is interested in having their pictures taken and used on social media postings. So get your smile ready and decide who you want to take your picture with. And
Monica, where are you going to be for that?
So we're going to talk about choir practice now. There will be a choir practice this Saturday, October 26th at 10:30, and also Saturday, November 16th. We'll be working on a special piece to sing with Melanie DeMore on November 17th. So please come to both of those rehearsals.
And the choir's open to anybody who wants to come.
Yeah.
Please come.
And now Minnassa's going to come up and talk about our new admin.
I do also want to just say, when it comes to social media, we want this beautiful people. So like Dakota and Brian, let's get a picture of you two hugging. You know, Melissa and Luis, like, hey, right? So this is your chance. We want to show off the beauty of this sanctuary, and it's not just this building. It is the smiling faces. It is the love-filled faces. And so please track Monica down and make sure that she gets your picture today. All right, yay. We've got a new admin, Catherine Thomas. She is the administrative assistant. When you call in on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you will hear her voice. She is awesome. She is a Bloomington native. She loves horses. She has 3 sisters, 1 cat, and a bunch of other horses. She is finishing her degree in accounting at Ivy Tech. And you might want to stop in and welcome her. I am blowing up her emails with, can you do this? Can you do this? Right? Because she is more tech savvy than even myself, which isn't a big statement. But so I'm so grateful, so grateful. Thank you to Jana for the reference or the referral. and she is awesome. All right, let's talk about the greeters. So what drew me to this church was that everything ran so smoothly, right? As we talked about last week, you had an awesome team. So sometimes when stuff runs like butter, you don't realize it needs people. So every week you come here, someone greets you, they hug you, they give you a bulletin, they tell you to put on your name tag or give you a name. Okay, that's us. So we need 2 greeters next week.
We do.
Who would like to do that? Lock the doors.
Oh, no, I can't. No, wait.
All right. All right, 2 greeters next week. Not Kathy, Palin and Michelle. Oh, let's get Melissa and Palin.
The 3rd is full.
All right.
We need the next 3 weeks in November.
Next 3 weeks in November. So Michelle, I saw your hand. So what is that? The November 10th? Are you good for November 10th? All right. Yes, Louise. There you go. There you go.
It's my birthday, I'll do it.
All right. Excellent.
Okay.
So listen, let's make an agreement. How do you get people to sign up for this without me doing this? You
So
send
I've
an
been
email.
Sending out emails.
All right.
Requests. Is there a better way?
There's a QR code right on the screen, too.
And is where there's another one back
Right
there?
on the door. Is there a better way to contact people?
Yeah, so listen, we need greeters. We need greeters every week. So can't we bring like a sign-in sheet and put it at the back? No? Does that not work?
QR code, we can do it. It's kind of like a sign-in.
Well,
sheet.
so I'm just saying, not everybody here is QR code savvy.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
All right?
Okay.
So when you see an email, we need someone for November, December, every month. All right?
Thank you.
All right. Is that all I'm talking about? Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's do the prayer of protection for protection together. If you can, stand. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Okay, and now make our circle and call the kids in. We'll do our Let There Be Peace on Earth.